Hello?
Mrs. Lambert, it's me, the man that was in your room a few minutes ago.
What do you want?
Who is it?
It's the man you had the fight with.
Is Dial with you?
Who?
The man I had the fight with, lady. Dial. That's his name. What's wrong? Is he still there?
Yes. That's right.
What's he saying?
Don't trust him. Don't tell him anything. He's after the money.
What was all that about?
He said if I don't give him the money, he'll kill me.
Oh, don't take it seriously. He's just trying to frighten you.
I believe what he said.
No, it's just a lot of words.
Words can hurt.
I know. Try to get some sleep. You'll feel better. But don't worry. I've arranged to take the room next door to you. So you'll be all right. If you want anything, just bang on the wall. Better lock the door after me. Good night.
Bartholomew, what I'm trying to say is that there's someone else.
What?
Someone who wasn't in that photograph you showed me today. He says his name is Peter Joshua, but it isn't. It's Dial. Are you still there, Mr. Bartholomew?
Yes, Mrs. Lambert. I don't know who this Mr. Dial is, but it's just possible we were wrong about who killed your husband.
You mean he might have? Mr. Bartholomew, I'm catching the next plane out of here. I'm not going to sit around for somebody to make chopped liver out of me.
Now, take it easy, Mrs. Lambert. Take it easy. Where are you now?
Can you meet me at the market?
At Leal?
Yes, opposite San Eustache.
I'll meet you there in 15 minutes.
All right, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Vite, n'importe où, vite!
Three-base a taxi.
Were you followed?
Yes, by Dial, but I lost him. I'm beginning to think women make the best spies.
Agents.
He has a gun, Mr. Bartholomew.
No.
But I saw it.
No, that's not Carson Dial.
Carson?
There's only one Dial connected with this affair, Mrs. Lambert. That's Carson Dial.
You mean you've known about him all along?
It's enough to make you a vegetarian, isn't it?
It's just lucky that I'm not hanging next to one of those things right now. Why didn't you tell me you knew about Dial?
I didn't see any point. Dial's dead.
Mr. Bartholomew, what is all this about?
In 1944, 5 members of the OSS, the military espionage unit, were ordered behind the German lines for the purpose of delivering $250,000 in gold to the French underground. The 5 men were, of course, your husband, Charles, the 3 men who showed up at his funeral yesterday, and Carson Dial.
Oh.
Instead of delivering the gold, they stole it.
How?
By burying it, then reporting the Germans had captured it. All they had to do was come back after the war, dig it up, and split it 5 ways. $250,000 with no questions asked.
May I have a cigarette, please? I can't stand those things. It's like drinking coffee through a veil.
Everything went smoothly enough until after the gold was buried. Then before they could get out, they were ambushed by a German patrol. A machine gun separated Scobie from his right hand and caught Cossendile full in the stomach. What's wrong with that one?
Nothing, I guess. What happened then?
Have you any idea what these things cost over
Please
here?
go on, Mr. Bartholomew. What happened then?
Cossendile was dead, but Scobie was able to travel. So
La soupe, c'est pour qui?
Pour moi.
where was I?
Cossendile was dead.
Yes, Cossendile was dead. The others finally got back to the base and waited for the war to end. Only Charles couldn't wait quite as long as the others. He beat them back to the gold, took everything for himself, and disappeared. It's taken Gideon, Tex, and Scobie all this time to catch up with him again.
But if they stole all that money, why can't you arrest them?
We know what happened from the bits and pieces we were able to paste together. But we still have no proof.
What's this got to do with the CIO?
CIA, Mrs. Lappin. It's an extension of the wartime OSS. It's our money and we want it back.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bartholomew, but nothing you've said has changed my mind. I'm leaving Paris tonight.
Wouldn't advise that, Mrs. Lappin. Better consider what happened to your husband when he tried to leave. Those men won't be very far away no matter where you go. In fact, I don't even see any point in your changing hotels. Now, please help us, Mrs. Lappin. Your government is counting on you.
I suppose if I'm going to die, I might as well do it for my country.
That's the spirit. Here's what I want you to do. We're anxious to know who this man is, the one calling himself Dial. I want you to find out.
Why me?
You're in an ideal position. He trusts you. Besides, you yourself said women make the best spies.
Agents.
Oh, pardon.
Fräulein!
What are you doing following me? It's going to look like a parade. Stop it! How are you? How nice to see you. When did you arrive? It's a lovely town to stay. Are you having a good time? So many things to see.
Fräulein! Fräulein!
If you don't stop following me, I'll call the police. Taxi!
Dial, please. D-Y-L-E.
Yes, Mr. Dial, I remember. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Dial. Nothing today.
Thank you.
Mr. Dial, please. You're wanted on the telephone.
Mr. George Kaplan.
Boy!
Kaplan.
Mr. Dial, cabin 4. Mr. Dial, cabin 4, please.
Dial.